Hey, 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 that's right. Here we go once again, setting it straight with fam. Woo! Boy, that was a good game right there. That was a good game right there. And it's only good because we got the W. That's why it was good. But man, it was frustrating. I think that's probably one of the most stressful 11 seconds that I've had in all my life. Goodness gracious. But you know what? We did what we were supposed to do. We got the W. No matter how we got it, we got the W. So, we got some good things happening today. You know what I'm saying? You got Jimmy Johnson winning there, got the, was inducted into the ring. That was great. And we got him to be able to say this one last time.
How about them Cowboys?
So, man, look at here. We're gonna break this game down today, man. And I got some things that I need to talk about today. But we always come to the same question every time we play a game, whether we win or lose. Did this game said anything, tell us anything about what we're doing and how we're playing going forward to the end of the season? Jordan, did it tell you anything? This game.
First of all, I would just like to say apologies to the Lions fan. I know y'all hurting right now. I know that end of the game was probably a stomach twister. I know y'all feel like throwing up or going out. It's Saturday, so y'all can go out and drink it off if that's your vice. Go take a bubble bath. Go play some relaxing lo-fi music. Because I know y'all hurting. Because I would be hurting too. I don't feel right the way we won. But hey, a win's a win. I mean, I can't help it if they throw the flag. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. This game showed me 1,000% that at the end of the season, if we go into next season and our head coach is the same head coach that wants to call a timeout on a kick return, onside kick return, like some of the frustrating things, you're gonna give them a second opportunity. The head coach that don't want to call a timeout for your quarterback, who's not paying attention to the clock management, right? Gonna have to take that delay again. If we gonna keep talking about these calls, like, hey, should he run the ball here? He should definitely run the ball here. Try to run the clock out, with a minute and something left, to make sure that we take as much clock as possible so that the Lions don't get a full almost 2 minutes to go down the field and score a touchdown. It's just some of the things, man, that I just, I see. Like, I heard Josh say he's above average play caller, and I wanna agree with him. And I hear you, Dad, say he's an average play caller, and I even want to give him that. But sometimes I just scratch my head, like, why the heck is Hendershot coming in the game, and he ain't been in the game no time? And then you see success with your fullback in the game, but then you get away from the fullback in the run game. Why did Kellen Moore get fired? Because we didn't run the ball. We wasn't balanced enough. It's just mix and match of each series. It's never, ever consistent. And this is what I just can't stand about, our we don't have the superior talent like we usually do. Like, we're just overwhelmingly talented at every aspect of as far as players on our team, right? We don't have, just God-given talent, like up and down at every depth, like 1, 2, and 3 at the receiving core, 1, 2 at the running back core, at the O line, right? So the coach has to coach a really good game, to pull the best out of your players. And Mike McCarthy just don't do it for me, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. John.
Oh, well, look, that's some frustration that that we receive on a win. Joshua, come on, what did it tell you, man? I mean, are we only? I mean, I know that's McCarthy's your boy, so come on, I want to hear it. Come on, bring it. I got to hear what you're thinking about this one. I'm interested.
I will
in
say
your,
this.
Your
I will say
take.
this. While the play calling was questionable on a lot of plays, right? And I was scratching my head and figuring out what the direction was for that. We also have to put in, if we're giving a lambasting to the play caller, we also have to give a lambasting to the execution. Okay, because I mean, the play calling didn't call for an interception like that.
But isn't execution a part of coaching, a part of practicing, and making sure your guys can execute at a high level when it comes to game time? Just
I get
question.
that. If it was a habit, then yeah, I will blame coaching, right? But it's not a habit. So, for instance, CD doesn't fumble the ball, right? That's a touchdown. It's a whole different game, right? We're looking at 27, whatever, right? We're also looking. There was a interception, right? That could have gone for 7, or at least 3, because they were in the zone for at least the field goal zone. So there's that. So there are plays there. There was also an overthrown on the Cooks too. So there's blame to go around, right? We're still not fixing the run game, the running game. Yes, they did hold them to 19 points, right, for the majority of the game, right? Or actually, 13 points for the majority of the game, and that's really good. But the thing is, I mean, you have San Francisco. You're gonna have these guys again, and so that's the scary part. The scary part is that you're gonna be seeing Detroit in Detroit, right? So hopefully you get this stuff together. But the thing about this is that this told me that Dallas Cowboys is the better team by far, right? And it wasn't because of the fact that, like, I could see, yes, Aiden Hutchinson, he's really, really good, really good. But no, like, I would say about if they had to play each other like 10 times, I would say about 7 to 8 times they're going to win the game, right? So they got themselves in a hole, you know. Throwing that interception, right, was not because of a good defense. That was just a bad decision by Dak, right? And he normally doesn't make those decisions, right? A fumble in the end zone, right? These are things that, like, they're not defensive turnovers. I mean, they are turnovers nonetheless, but they're not defense caused. Well, yes, they are defense caused because the interception is defense caused. But, like, it's not like, okay, oh, this is because of a scheme or this is because of how good the players are, right? So, you know,
Yeah,
I just think that
I hear you, but at the end of the day, like, even with all that, the drives are still not consistent. The same drive that got CD all the way to fumble the ball in the end zone, you go in the next series and you get 3 and out, or, you know, it's not consistent. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, give me consistent play. If you want to be a passing team first, then be a passing team first. Don't sit here and lie to me and try to get the run and call these dumb run plays for the sake of just running the ball, because that's what it seems like in some series. Like, we just run the ball just to run the ball instead of doing whatever is in flow of the game. Like, hey, if CD's going off, let's just keep getting CD more and more involved and try to run the ball off of the passing game. Like, hey, maybe if you don't run it first down and you threw first down, maybe second down, throw a run in there. But the play calling is not consistent from series to series. That's my issue.
Yeah, it's when you say that this game showed us that we was the better team, I disagree, because part of this game is offensive coaching and play calling. And with what I saw, we the same as Detroit. We the same. I mean, and with that, that's what we're going to be until we fix that. And yeah, we have some knucklehead players. We have some fumble on the that would have got, but we were doing some not 3 and outs, but we was giving the ball back so many times because of dumb plays, and that man, I don't understand how we trying to close them out 1st and 10, and what do? We do two. We do two. At the 2-minute warning, we do 2 passing plays to stop the clock. 2. Why do we do that? And then we end up giving them the ball back at 1:45. It's just bad calling. It's bad coaching. And to me, I'm like, when we make those mistakes against a team like a San Francisco, we done. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing. It's a good thing. We played against.
The good thing is we won't have time to make. We won't have the opportunity to do that because we'll be beat badly by them. So it's not.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Well, let me take that back. With these play calling, you're absolutely right. You got something to say about that because, we would sit up here arguing with the game and say, why don't they put a fullback so we can start running and change up the run plays? Because those run plays is the same run, and we keep getting beat up, in the backfield. Okay, then we start putting a fullback in there, then Pollard getting 20-yard runs and stuff like that. Then we go back to the same, switch it back, and then we getting stopped behind the line of scrimmage again. I'm like, come on, man. I mean, be creative in the run play. Be creative in the run play, because what we're doing right now is horrible. And we're doing the exact same thing, though. We're doing the same thing over and over. I haven't seen nothing different. The same play call it. And then when the fullback started working, we ran, we got massive yards. The second time we ran, we didn't get nothing, so they put it back on the shelf. Come on, man, keep it going. You see that's work, keep it going. Why would you put it on the shelf? Because we got stopped the second time. But the first time we got massive yards. And then it's just frustrating. And good thing Dak is Dak. You know what I'm saying? Because he was making some good plays. He got the interception, that one wild play, got out. Yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? But, man, he was making some dime shots.
Because after that interception, the next series, he went touchdown with CD for that 92-yarder. But then the next possession, the next series, they went 5 plays and punted. Then the next series, they go 7 plays, which they got all the way down, at the goal line. But they fumbled. CD fumbled. Then the next series, they punt again, 9 plays and they punted. And then, that was the end of the first half. So it was just terrible. Like, it's inconsistent play. Yes, you have 2 miscues, errors by the players, but the overall play calling to still put your team in position to at least come away with 3. Like, you telling me that we can't get at least in field goal range when all we got to do is get to the 50-yard line to get in field goal range.
That's for real.
You have to give them credit, right? You have to give the opposing, because they're getting paid millions of dollars too. So you got to give the opposing team credit for some of those punts, right? Because the guys were getting beat. The offensive line was getting beat.
But the thing is, like, when I look at those plays where we punt, it's not because it's just because of inconsistent play calling more than, hey, we weren't able to, get this. Like, it was like the first punt, right? After the fumble, 8-yard pass to Ferguson, 8-yard run. Like, we're moving, right? Then you want to call this 6-yard pass to Lamb, then, it's just inconsistent, bro. And then Dak takes a sack, and then we get a penalty. Like, it's just I don't know, man. To me, it's just like, it's just inconsistent. Like, anything, and I know fans will probably say, hey, we should be happy we won the game, but it's like, no, because these things that happen to us,
they're gonna hurt you.
They're gonna hurt us when it comes to playoff time. When everything, like, every game that we're playing right now is a playoff atmosphere games. Everyone is trying to win because they're trying to move up the chain, move up the ladder as far as depth in the playoffs. They're trying to move their rankings. They're trying to get that first round bye or get home field advantage. And that's how it was for the Bills. The Bills are trying to make the playoffs. That's how it was for the Dolphins. The Dolphins are trying to make sure they clinch and they get a better seeding. And same with the Lions. They want to come out here. They want to get a better seeding. They want to show that, hey, we could beat the Cowboys. We're playing playoff caliber teams each and every week. And it kind of sets the scale to see where we're at. You said nine times out of 10 we're gonna beat the Lions. I don't know that. I would say and to me, how good we are is how many points we can able to put up and hold them to. And we were barely only able to put up 20 points on the Lions, and they dang near could have came out with this with a win. And so I think 10 out of 10 times we might split 5 out of 5, because I think the Lions are good. What I think they're better at the run than us. We saw if we hadn't gotten, I think if we hadn't gotten that touchdown early and put them and held them to 3, then thank goodness our defense showed up today. But I think if they had gone up 7 and was just able to run on us all game, how they did in that third quarter where they just chewed up the clock, it would have been a different ball game. But we were able to score and luckily we are able to score quick, fast, and in a hurry when we need to. And I think we have different strengths. Our strength is Dak and CD. Their strength is that O-line in the run game. And I do think that it often is going to come down to quarterback, Dak versus Goff. I'm taking Dak every single time, but it's also about matchups and situational football. And if they were able to get a lead and just keep running, it could have been a different game.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been very, very, very so. I mean, it was at times very difficult to watch, because I know you was yelling during the game, run the ball. Then they try to pass the ball, then they get sacked. They were like, dude, why are you passing? It's common sense. Run the ball.
Or you bring Deuce Vaughn in. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Deuce Vaughn, but
yeah, I don't know.
At this stage of the
what's
game
up
right
with
now,
that.
I don't know if Donald is hurt, but then just keep Pollard out there and just keep hashing it out with Pollard and our fullback. Just keep pounding. Like I'm sorry, I don't want to see Deuce Vaughn out there at this time.
Yeah, I don't get why it's so difficult for them to see. I mean, what are they seeing that they don't connect or continue with the run? I don't get it, and I believe because they're scared. They do a good play, Pollard get a yard, and then they do another one, Pollard gets a massive yard, and then he do a third one, and then they pass, and then they come back, they do one, they get stopped, and you don't see the run play for a while now. I'm like, Detroit, we stop them. Detroit, we stop them again. Detroit, they stop them. Then they try to run. Then they keep running. Then they keep running. Then they try to stop them. Then we stop them. Then they keep running. Then they get big yards. And they get big yards. Then they get small yard. Then we stop them in the backfield. But they keep running. They don't stop it. They don't stop. They don't stop.
Yeah.
Because them boys going to get tired. That's how to get defensive tired. You run the ball. You get those lines moving backwards off their feet. You know what I'm saying? Because now they moving backwards. So that's a lot of effort. That lot, it tires him out, and I don't get why it's frustrating, because yes, we got the W, but playing against teams, we're talking about trying to go to the Super Bowl this year, and with the way we are calling plays and the senseless stuff that we're doing, and I know one side was like, yeah, but Bobby, they got all the way down the field, they got all the way down to the one playing the car, and how did he get down that way? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of time a
lot of times that's on Dak and CD.
Extending plays,
you
right?
could say extending plays, and yes.
Because the play didn't work. The play didn't work.
The play broke down.
Yeah, the play broke down. It didn't work. So what he had to do now, he had to rely on what Cam Newton don't believe as being the playmaker. You know what I'm saying? Dak had to become the playmaker. Now, and I don't okay. Based on what you're seeing, so how do you think Dak played today, Joshua?
I will give him a 7 out of 10.
I thought you were about to say C.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
That's basically a C.
Yeah.
You give Dak Prescott a C from one interception. You brought him down. What in the world does it take for him to get a B? 8 out of 10.
I have him as a B, 8 out of 10. Almost 9 out of 10, really. Outside of the pick, because he was 25 for 37, 337 yards. A big chunk of that was him and CD Magic, right? came back and still got a touchdown when he needed it. You know, a lot of his faults, he was putting it in guys' hands all night.
And folks was
Some
in
of
his
them just
face. He getting hit,
just-
stand in the pocket, poise,
Yeah.
still getting it off. And Josh,
receivers dropping ball. I think
C.
receivers probably dropped five balls, so he should be like at least 30 for 37.
And
If you know CD doesn't drop, Ferguson don't drop like 3, you know,
Right.
yeah, it was pretty. It was a drop. It was a lot of drops today.
I'm surprised, Joshua, how you get us doing that. You a Dak Prescott fan. I'd like to talk about it. I'm surprised you give him that low. I mean, what would it take for you to give him a C plus? Good Lord, 75, 80.
I mean, I did forget that, and I am forgetting about the drops, right? I think it would have changed the game completely, right? I mean, he scored when he needed to score, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess I can bump it up to like a 7.58 or whatever like that, but like I would
7.58.
Yeah, 7.58.
But it's
Right.
like I think he played beneath his standard. I
Really?
really do.
Really beneath?
I didn't see that same game. I saw Dak play a really good game, and I'm saying I looked at Dak playing a really good. I didn't. Outside of that throwing across his, well, it wasn't across his body because he's right-handed. Even that he throwing across the field, that got interception, to CeeDee Lamb, and that one overthrown pass that he passed in the first big play throw of the game in the first quarter when he overthrew. I forgot who that was in the end zone. Cooks. I mean, outside of that, I'm trying to think, where did Dak was not great at. I'm trying to figure out, where was he not good. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of what other plays that I'm seeing Dak made that maybe cringe or say, dude, what are you doing? You know, I don't see that. Maybe the run when he breaks off, he ran to the left, and I don't know. I'm missing it. You're gonna have to explain to me, because I don't see where I'm giving Dak 85. B plus, 85.
So Dak
90.
has ability to check out a place, right?
Yeah, he do. Well, they say he does. But go ahead.
So he could have checked out of that passing play called running play, correct?
Yeah, he could have.
Okay. So I've seen him done that before.
So you're saying the interception play? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about towards the end of the game.
So you trying to say that it was his fault, not McCarthy, because he should have took it out of McCarthy's
No,
hand?
I'd still put the lion's share of the blame on McCarthy.
No, I'm just saying, because you seem like you were saying that he had the ability to change it from the run play, from a passing play to run play. So you would have gave him higher if you would have switched it off to a run play, because, you know, he didn't. He went on with the passing play.
Yeah, just like, part of me feels like he held it in his hand. Like, there was some place that he held in his hand, or should have like released the ball. I'm not saying he's Superman, but like, there's something like, hey, just live to another down, right? But at the same time, right, Aiden Hutchinson and the gang, they were definitely putting a lot of pressure on him. Like, so
Man,
you know
Steele,
that they're
oh
going
my
to be putting, like,
gosh.
after like the second sack, you should know, like, okay, they're going to be putting pressure on me, right? Which for the most part he did, right? And so now you're going to need to go to like your reads or whatever like that. If you don't go to the reads, you run it.
You're going to have to get
Right.
the read a lot faster. Right.
And so, I mean, that's why, I mean, he's capable of doing that, right? So like 7 out of 10 for him would be like 8 or 9 out of 10 for other people, right? I just think it's beneath the standard. I'm talking about as far as MVP level goes, right? So that's basically what I'm saying.
From my perspective, I don't feel like he held on to the ball too long this game. I feel like when he did,
Steele.
he kind of got out of pocket and made off scripted plays, because he did get out of the pocket a lot this game and make off scripted plays.
Your boy Steele.
Yeah, and and the times he did sit in the pocket and got sacked, I felt like the one Hutchinson came across, it was right in front of his face. He beat Tyrone Smith, right? He beat him real quick, and he took a sack there. And then, you know, because that's when I look at Dak holding the ball so long, when we take sacks. And then, the Steele one where Hutchinson came from Steele side, beat Steele, spinning Rooney, and he sacked Steele and sacked Dak there. I was like, can you say he held the ball too long in those situations? I don't think so. I think those plays, right? And then Hutchinson got another sack. I don't remember. Those two came up because I was specifically watching the tackle on those ones. But yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But for me, yeah, that gotta be for me. Yeah. I think that played well. I think the defense, I've the past two games, even though with these high powered, because I would say Lions is a high powered offense, and this the Dolphins were high powered offense, and we still were able to hold them under their average was just 30 points a game.
So I'm giving them. Yeah, I give them an A.
A?
I'll give them a B. I'll give them a B.
How like with the personnel they have, that they have, I would have to give.
Okay, so then that means you got to give the defensive coordinator an A.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna give the overall.
Yeah,
the team that's out there performing, like the players out there performing, I'm giving them a B. Probably B minus.
There's no way. There's no way. You hold a number one offense or top three offense to 13 points for the 90% of the game.
It's 19. It's 19 points. It's 19.
But you know what though?
No,
you might have to say though. You might have to say that the coach for they could have got more points if they was kicking the field goals instead of trying to go on fourth. So I mean. But you still, but they still held them down. So you can't get mad at that. You just still held them down. So you're right.
Yeah.
They held them to 19 points. So, and you said their normal is 30 points. That their normal offense.
Yeah, they average about. I think it was. I can tell you exactly what it was.
But I must say though that. The defense played a lot better than last week, I think. Because here's the thing. And the reason why I say that, because I said throughout the game, the defense did their thing, but then when we needed them the most, to hold them outside of field goal range, they let them plow in, and we couldn't do anything with them.
What?
Yeah, what? You missed that game? That's the reason why. That's the reason why we lost.
No. We're not gonna just say that. Because when you needed the defense the most, what happened? The last drive of the game.
For who?
What happened?
They got all the way down to a field goal.
No, they got all the way down and made a touchdown.
I mean, a touchdown, but yeah, that's the defense.
The Dolphins. Oh yeah, this game they got all the way down and scored on us.
The only thing that let's be honest, the only thing that saved the Cowboys was
that's
a
why
technicality.
I said, that's why I said I give them a B minus for this game because of that. The Dolphins, they went down and scored 3, and they won. They walked off and won against us.
Right.
This one, they went down and scored. They really scored 8, but technicalities.
Right. Technicalities.
So that's why I gave them a B minus.
But
I do
my
agree
point
with you with the personnel that Dan Quinn has to work with. He's doing the best that he can do. But what can you do when they run up the middle and there ain't nothing you can do about that?
Right,
them guys just can't get. They just can't stop them.
But I can only give them what I can give them. That's why I can only give them what they can get, what they can rate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't give them for effort. I'm not gonna give them for effort. That's what we seem like we're doing. I'm just saying,
they didn't play a lot better than last game. That was the mirror. They played the exact same way.
Mirrored, yeah, almost. They almost did.
They played. Okay, I can give you that. I can give you that. They played almost the same, but I still can't give them that much though because of it. That's all I'm saying. I can't give it because when we needed them the most, they failed to stop them. That's what I was just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they wouldn't have to do that if your offense scores, right?
Well, we did score this time.
Well, the offense technically did score.
Yeah, but our defense allowed them to come down and score.
And same thing with last week. Technically, the offense did score.
Right? Yeah, they did. Dak did what he's supposed to do last week.
Yeah.
And he showed up. But that defense is what helped us. Yes, defense was lost that game last week. Defense almost lost the game this week. And and if you see something different, let me know now. We can talk about it.
I'm just saying that they could have. I mean, your penalties are starting to crucial drives. That holding penalty by Tyler Smith was, or no, not Tyler Smith. Sorry, Tyler Smith. By Peyton Hendershot was crucial. It was bad. It was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a game changer. It was a game changer.
And I was questioning why Penn Hendershot was even in the game, especially, and I could see for me is like I said, situational football. Give me the guys that I've been rocking with all year long, especially when it comes down to like second quarter, third, end of like 5 minutes, 6 minutes into the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter. Give me the guys that have been rocking with me and been giving me consistent play all year long. Don't throw any new guys that who haven't been, getting these in game.
Now maybe he was in the
half
game.
reps.
Maybe if he was in the game, cool. But if he was not in the game and there was nobody hurt, that was a very poor decision by.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
saying Mike McCarthy, but I think that was a poor decision by Lunda Wells. And this is the reason why, right? Because the fact is, like, yes, is he fresh? Yes, he is fresh. But you get a good gauge of how like the speed of like certain people are by playing with them.
Right.
Now you're used to their speed. And if you're not used to their speed, then what happens? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And it's weird too that, last week, and I don't even know what it is. It's like Mike McCarthy just comes into each game with a handful of play calls that he wants to try out.
yeah, his ideas.
Because Hunter Lifke got like 3 carries last game, but this game he ain't getting none. So it's like, but then Deuce Vaughn gets some, and then Hendershot gets in there.
No,
and it's like
Lipke got a couple of handoffs
today.
Yeah, he got a couple of handoffs. But I would say this: I like the Lipke. I love the Lipke installment, right? But what I
Yes,
didn't
I
understand.
like it too. But I'm just saying, out of the blue, it comes and it goes. It's never
Yeah.
consistent.
So, but
And
okay, and then that also comes down to like, okay, Mike Solari when he puts like when you have Deuce Vaughn in there, right? Deuce Vaughn is only in there for like specialty packages, right? I'm not going to put him there to block linebackers that are like over 100 pounds of size, which he did a decent job, but that's still like you're playing with fire at this point.
But
you know what I mean?
You know what?
So,
I did see Paula do some couple of really good blocks today.
oh my goodness, he did
Hunter
some
Lifke
great
didn't
blocks.
Hunter Lifke didn't get a carry today.
So it was.
And who was the guy
good.
who's the guy that? No, I feel like never mind. I feel like I'm about to get canceled right now because I could have sworn I saw him carry the ball. Saw
Who?
somebody that
Probably,
looked like him.
Deuce Vaughn is light skinned.
No, it was definitely not Deuce Vaughn. No, Deuce Vaughn is
funny.
definitely not. He's not that big.
But yeah, it was 16 from Pollard. You had 2 from Dak. What I say? I said Dak is gonna give you a couple.
Who else?
Lamb had 1. That was late in the
Okay.
game. Then you had 2 from Deuce Vaughn.
So how much total?
Oh, we had a total of 61 yards and 21 attempts.
No,
So they went over
21
my 15. Like I said, it was only
attempts?
gonna get 15. So
Wow,
they did that.
That's crazy. All right, man. So okay, now we're going into who we see next week.
The Commanders.
So, and we see them at home, right?
I believe so. I think so. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. We see them.
Is it at home?
I think so.
I think we don't have any more away games.
Yeah.
I think we only have one more game left. So, so what do you see going forward from this game? I mean, should we?
No, this is at Washington.
Is that Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, either way, I think we're gonna win that game. My thing is we gotta win that game,
that divisional,
especially if the Eagles lose this week. Hopefully they do.
Yeah, because the Eagles have the Giants next week, and the chance of them not winning that game is slim to none, right?
Exactly.
I actually have them. They're gonna lose one of those. I have them losing one game against the Giants.
You have okay.
So you might think they might lose twice. Next two games, you think the Eagles?
There's a possibility that they can lose out. Yeah,
the last
I think
game
that they're
were
going to
really
lose
close.
one of these games.
The only thing is about the Giants that I'm not believing in is that they went away from their quarterback and now they're going with Tyrod Taylor. I felt like they kind of took away whatever momentum that even if you do or do not believe in what's his name?
Tony DeVito.
DeVito, like I think he was still giving you at least a good enough play at the time. But hey, it is what it is.
It was kind of stalled. It was kind of stymied. Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
agree with you. That sends a bad message to the team. But like, I understand where he was coming from. I don't necessarily agree with it, right? But
yeah,
I still think that Tyrod Taylor gives you a better shot to win the game. They shouldn't have, they when Tyrod Taylor got better, they should have put him back in. You know,
yeah.
but I think they were just going with the hot hand. You know, and so
25,
he
but it did 25-33. So I do think that the Eagles can be had by the Giants. Hopefully they do get had. I mean, that's the next game.
What time is the game tomorrow? The Philly game.
The Eagles and Phillies at 10 a.m.
Oh, so we got the morning
Cardinals, I
game.
mean, Eagles and Cardinals.
So they had the morning
So
game.
hopefully the Cardinals too. Hopefully they can get 2 losses. The Cardinals, I'm rooting for the Cardinals. They're at Eagles though, so
But if they went out and we went out, we don't we have. If they went out and we went out, we should win, right? No, they're gonna have more conference games. I mean,
I
more.
think they have more conference wins than us.
Uh,
But I believe if they can lose to the Cardinals or the Giants, that'll change the story.
well, the Giants in this conference, right?
So it's Cardinals.
I mean, Cardinals. I mean,
Yeah, they're in our conference. Well, not in our conference, but they're in our. Yeah, they're in our conference.
yeah,
NFC,
conference,
not the division. So
right?
or if
So
they
that's-
get a division loss too, that helps.
Yeah. Well, division is even more. So either one of these games, if we went out and they would lose one of these, we should be good.
Yeah,
We just
and
need
that'll
to-
give
we
us
just
at
need them
least
to
home
win.
field advantage for 2 rounds.
Yeah, we just we just need them to lose.
Yeah, and shoot, the 49ers could lose too. I mean, you saw how the Ravens did them. I don't think it'll happen again, but it can happen.
All depends on what Philly does. You know, if Philly wins tomorrow, 49ers going to try to win. But if Philly loses
Well,
tomorrow,
49ers gonna have to try to win too because we play them. We're still in the running too. So the 49ers still got the no, they got the Commanders and then the Rams. Look,
the Rams.
Yeah, so if and that's a division rival. So we can, that's why every game. I mean, we needed that Bills or that Dolphins game really
look,
bad.
man, the Commanders can win tomorrow. No, they could.
But you know what? But you know what? Stranger things have happened, man. Stranger things have happened. I mean, when we lost against Arizona,
49ers, who they lose? They lost to they lost to the Browns. But the Browns.
No, they lost to the Ravens, and the Ravens are something fierce.
No, I'm saying
Yeah.
A bad team, which
The Browns is not a bad team.
you talking about? Yeah, but they had Debo Sanders and all them lost. If you're talking about all them cats was not playing.
But it's still, I mean, they could still lose. They could still,
man,
Purdy can go crazy and just start throwing 4 picks.
Any given Sunday, you must believe it. That is a
Look,
true
it
thing.
needs to be the Sunday
and that means
they
like
play them.
we're still
They
in
play the Cowboys.
we're still in the cat seat, the driver's seat, to to potentially win the conference and get that bye week and get home game. I'm more confident going into the playoffs with us having all the home games rather than us not.
Me too. We both agree to that. So we're going to see what's up, man. So man, well, man, look, we got the win 20-19 against Detroit. It didn't. I didn't get. I said it was going to be 42-17.
Yeah, I was definitely wrong on this one. It should have been in the 40s. It definitely should have been in the 40s.
You're right.
I don't know if it would have been in the 40s just about how the pace of the game went.
Well, but all of the mistakes that we've had, I'm in line with Joshua. But all of the mistakes we had, we should have been in the 40s based on all of the stupid things that we've done, even from the players missing stupid passes or dropping balls or the play calling. If we played a good ball, we would have been in the 40s because Detroit wasn't going to stop us.
Okay, but they did. And another thing is
we stopped ourselves.
We only had one. We only outside the whole game. The only time we were in the red zone and was able to score was the fumble. So if I say we score on that play instead of fumbling, that's still only. We had 20 points, so that's 27 points. So
we were well within the.
We were well within scoring 27 points, but we weren't.
No, we were well within the the defensive and not defensive, they were well within their territory when they threw that stupid interception. That interception was just
the interception that what's his name threw?
Yeah,
that Dak threw.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dak threw. Yes. Okay. But still, we weren't close enough for me to say that was a touchdown. CD was literally about to score a touchdown. That's why even if you take that drive and say we get 7 on that drive, that's still not 40.
No, but if you just stop in there, but I'm still talking about the crazy play calling plays that we still did something stupid like trying to not run the ball, whatever the case is.
You
I have to look at that way. I have to look at that way.
I don't think
I have to look at that way. You know, I have to look at that way because opportunity.
Taking the times we was in the red zone. And
but we scored a touchdown not being in the red zone, so I can't look at that all the time. We went in this. We went in the zone. We were nowhere near the red zone when we scored the first one.
Those are big plays. But if we're not in the red zone, and like I'm not gonna say we should have scored there if we weren't in a position to score. Like yes, you could score at any point of the game, at any wherever you're at the yard line. But to me, unless it was legit in the red zone on the goal line and we turned the ball over, or in the red zone and we got a 4 and out, or we went for 3 instead of 7, then I'll be like, okay, yeah, I could see us being able to score 40 this game if they would have went this way. Not with the dumb drives, because that's consistent all year.
Yeah, it is. It is consistent. Right, it is consistent. And I know we would give us an opportunity to score, and we should score on those, but we do dumb plays, and that's why we didn't. So I look at that as being, I didn't see Detroit. I didn't see Detroit.
I just think it is for what it is. At the most, I see we probably would have scored 30.
Well, I can't be mad at you, but I didn't see Detroit being able to stop us anything. We stopped ourselves tonight. I don't believe they stopped us, even though they got a pick.
Talking.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
We stopped ourselves once. Everything else was Detroit stopping us.
No.
The interception.
No.
Look, the interception.
Okay, I give him that.
Some interceptions.
I give him that, but that was a dumb play.
In the last 3 games, Dak got away with not throwing interceptions because guys dropped the interceptions. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but guys drop regular passes.
So my point being, this game, the guy didn't drop the interception. You still gotta catch that thing, and he did it. He went and he made it. He didn't force it. He didn't break on the ball. It was kind of just sitting up there after that come, but he still had to come away and catch it.
How many drop passes you think we had today?
Oh my goodness, a lot.
That's why I'm saying we would have 40. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying we would have 40. That's why I'm saying we would have 40. Because of players and play calling, I don't think Detroit stopped us. I think we just had drop passes, and then we had stupid play calling. And I don't believe Detroit did all of that. We did that. I'm not saying Detroit didn't play they didn't do like the.
Detroit was really good at stopping the run. Detroit was really good at capitalizing on mistakes by Dak, which was only one.
And there was only good on stopping the run because we keep going away from it. But they stopped it, and then we did.
They are the number 4 ranked defense of the run stopping defense, and they did a good job. We had our spurts here and there. If we were consistent, we were not consistent. What would have happened?
We were not consistent because we didn't run.
Right, we were not. And the reason I don't think we would have put up 40 is the amount of possessions that we had and the way that the Lions was running the ball. I don't know how many possessions that we would have got where we could have scored up 40 because they were just chewing the clock up.
Well, we would have ate the clock up too, but we were missing passes. and not running the balls.
I don't know. All I know is the last 2-3 games, we've only been putting up around 20-something points. And so I'm in the belief of I'm take the proof is in the pudding type thing.
Right.
Like if you show me this, I'm gonna believe that until you show me otherwise. I'm not gonna take, the if Mike McCarthy would have called, yes. If Mike McCarthy would have called the same touchdown, if he would have, or even the fumble, if he would have
That
called
dude didn't
those
call
same
that
plays
first.
or
He didn't
those
call
similar
that
plays
touchdown.
all throughout consistency, then I would believe, hey,
He
yeah,
didn't call that touchdown.
each one, like, yeah, if because then it wouldn't be on Mike McCarthy, it would be on the players not capitalizing.
But my
It'd be
point
on
was, he
players.
didn't call that touchdown.
Huh?
He didn't call that one touchdown.
Well, you're right, he didn't. So
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not. It's the play calling doesn't lead me to believe that we can go down the field and score every single drive. It's the players.
you
going
got,
out
and
there
I can't argue that. I cannot
That's the only
argue
reason
that.
why I say I don't see 40.
Okay.
Because the players
by
got to
the-
go down there and show me 40 or come close to 40. Like, if we
Right,
have
right, right.
4 or 5 red zone trips and we didn't capitalize, and you say, hey, those should have been touchdowns, I'd be like, yeah, I can see 40. That should have been 40. But if we only got in the red zone, I think we got in the red zone 3 times. No, 2 times. We were 1 for 2. And then the other one was just a big play because of Dak and CD. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't see 40 this game, just how the game went and played out.
Okay,
That's
would-
it. But y'all think 40? Y'all could think
All right.
40.
So I would say this though.
I
like,
agree.
in retrospect, looking at that Hendershot play, that's what I was looking at this whole time. Yeah, that was a bad call. That was a bad call. I just sent it over to you guys. Yeah, that was definitely a bad call. They call tripping, right? And I think that's a 15-yard penalty, I think. And it wasn't even a Cowboys player that tripped him. It was a Detroit player, and he got called on that. So I mean, that was
Wow.
just a horrible call.
All right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, man.
But hopefully we can get back to, putting up 40 to 50 points on them Commanders, Let's
Right.
get back to it. But hey, the curse has been lifted.
Oh, yes, it has.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Johnson
Yes.
is in the ring of honor, y'all.
You know what, though? That was a reason you got that illegal touching, because the curse have been lifted. It was a Jimmy Johnson curse that been lifted, because there was no way we should have won that game. But I'll take it, because I love the Cowboys.
That's right. Jerry Jones went ahead and gave the sacrifice. Sacrificed his ego
Yep.
to let Jimmy Johnson up in there.
Yeah. Now, you know what? We might go all the way now. And after that curse
And
been
now
lifted.
we might go. The NFL scriptwriters might say, "Hey Jerry, you can go on." So go ahead and like and subscribe if you do like Jimmy Johnson.
Exactly. Again, here we go. So look, if this is the first time, hit that subscribe button or hit them like buttons, you know what I'm saying? Because we be back again next week, and we're going to do it like we all been doing. So you know what? We're going to go out. What we going to say?
for Jimmy Johnson, baby.
How about them Cowboys?
That's right.